Hey everyone, welcome once again to my channel. My name is Runo, creative director of La Ruby Clothiers. So you see this dress, this side illusion and sideways dress or nude dress by the side, that is sideways nude dress. That is what I'll be showing you how to draft and as well as how to cut it. Okay, so now the material is the materials that you need for this tutorials. So this is my sequin fabric, and then my underlay doll face, and then my spider lining matching color, and then this is my skin net or illusion net. Okay, and then this is a lycra fabric, the light one. Like you can tell them you need the lycra lining, so you can use it to line anything you want. Okay, so I will be laying my nude mesh, my nude net over the crepe. You can see it will give you it will match your skin, give you this illusion, skin illusion, right? So that's what I'll be using. So you can get the one that matches your skin. As long as it matches your skin, you are good to go. Okay, so now I don't want this video to be very long because I have a tutorial also on how to draft a basic bodice block, full scale and half scale. So you'll be needing the full scale for this tutorial. I also have different tutorials. Most of my tutorial has bustier, how to cut how to alter your bodice block into princess that bustier and all that. So I won't be going into that. Okay, so this is my bodice block. You can see there's a side, there's an underarm or a bust dart, underarm dart or bust dart, whatever it is. So that explains the difference between our waist, because the back waist is shorter while the long waist is longer. So by the time you close your dart or you sew your dart, you have them match up equally, right? So and then the length of my dress. Okay, so that's just it. So this, I'm using a pattern paper that I didn't cut, so it's just the pattern paper is long enough. So I have rollable pattern paper that if you don't want to be taping your paper up and down while making a long dress, you can just get the rollable pattern paper, and we also have it in sheet. Okay, all right, so back to our tutorial. Please hit the subscription button if you are new to this channel. Okay, so that is the only way we'll feel encouraged and get you bring more tutorials to you. Okay, so this is the hem of my dress, so you can see the difference, the 1.5-inch difference I have on my bust dart. Yes, that's the bust dart. The difference is showing, it reflects on the hem of the back. So that's why the back, that explains why the back is shorter, right? And then the front is longer. But not to worry, by the time you close your dart or you sew your dart, you have both side matching up. Okay, so do well to check our video on how to draft basic bodice block and dart transfer manipulation, right? Okay, so we'll go straight to our tutorial. So now from your armhole, right, you want to measure where your side, your illusion is going to start from. That's the curve, the curve by the side, right? So now I want to make my illusion 2 inches. So you can do it as I want to come down from my waist 2 inches. It's not supposed to start from your waist, from your bust, your armhole, sorry, rather armhole. It's not supposed to start from your armhole. Okay, remember. So I came to from my armhole point to the first dart leg is 1.5. So I continued, I left the dart and I continued from the second dart leg. That was, I got 2.5 inch. That was, I got 2 inches. Okay, so that is where my illusion curve is going to start from. Okay, so I'm just measuring. I want to get my complete bust span, so that is what I'm trying to get, because I've my dart has eaten a bit into my bust span for on my waistline. Okay, so I just came out 1 inch and then I measured it and then connect it with a curve down to the hip. So now it's not, it didn't get to the hip. I came up 1 inch. Okay, or 0.5 inch as we desire. So you can see it didn't get to the hip line. So what you need to do is you use a dotted line first, just to avoid mistake. Use a dotted line, and then before you connect, make sure you come up on your hip line, 0.5 or 1 inch. Okay, so you mark the same. That if you want the illusion to be at the back also, so some people usually do it in front alone. If you want it at the back, so you make sure the 0.5 you mark from your hip line upward. That's where your slant is going to end, the curve is going to end. You make sure you mark the same 0.5 or 1 inch, or depending on what you took in. Okay, make sure it's the same so that both will match up. You won't have one longer than the other. Remember, my from my bust line is 2 inches, so I'm just confirming it again. I'm confirming. So now I will mark the 2 inches on the back side, okay, and then the same thing I will connect down to. So don't worry, like I said, don't worry that it's not matching up. By the time I close that both will match up, the back and the front will match up. So just follow the instruction. Remember, the waist to hip is the same thing. My waist to hip is 9 for the front, waist to hip is 9 for the back, so it's going to match up. You will see it. Okay, so you just make sure you watch to the end so you see how it's going to turn out, right? So now, there are two ways you can go about this. So you can decide to now cut that slant out right now the way it is, or you can cut it straight. Just separate the up from the down. Okay, you can separate the up from the down and then join it back later. Okay, so I prefer separating the up from the down so that I can, if there is any alteration, I can easily, if there's any mistake, I can easily correct it all together, right? So that's one. On the other way, just cut out the slant, the side curve out, and then cut out the upper part, like your bustier out, and then the back, you just cut out your pattern pieces, right? So that is the other way. So I'll be using the first way, right? So I will go ahead and cut. So I'll separate the up from the down, right? So it's just that's just the best and easiest way for me, right? So I'll separate. So for the back also, remember I tighten my back 0.5 inch, so I like adding my zip allowance 1 inch to my back in all my pattern. I hardly, sometimes I hardly add it to my fabric. I make sure, because there's space, I just add it to my pattern paper, right? That's for the bag. So now I'm trying to close the bust dart rather. Okay, so now I just cut the down part, and then I'll close the down part. I'll move the dart from my underarm to my waistline. Okay, so now after doing this, now you just discover that your bodies will match up automatically, so you won't have any part longer than the other. The difference is just that bust dart. Okay, the bust dart or the underarm dart, that's just the difference, right? So just go ahead and cut out your pattern pieces. Remember our yoke line, I came down 6 inches from my shoulder. Okay, so it's a turtleneck. The turtleneck illustration won't be here. I have a video for it. You can also do well to check it out. Okay, so after cutting it up, just keep your pattern pieces aside and then go straight to the down part, that's the skirt part. So you can see the 1.5 inches difference at the back. So it's, by the time you cut out your pattern, because you've separated the up, now you can see the up is low. By the time you separate the pattern now, it's going to be equal. Remember, the back is shorter, the front is longer at the hem. Can you see? So but looking at the paper, from the waistline is like the waistline for the back is higher. So but after cutting, everything matches up automatically. Then go ahead to label your pattern pieces. It is very, very important. It saves you a lot of stress and confusion, especially this design that you have a lot of pieces. So do well to match. You can see everything matched up, like matching up correctly now. So that's just the magic with pattern drafting. Okay, please don't forget to subscribe, like I said before. Okay, you can follow us on Facebook, La Ruby Clothiers, and on Instagram, La Ruby Clothiers, right? Okay, so yeah, I'm just marking now. You can see for the front now, I marked center front, and then side front, and then center back, and then side back. This is just for joining purpose, so I don't get confused as to which side is which side. Okay, so I haven't done that. Make sure you mark which part is the up and then which part is the back, is the down part, so it just saves you a lot of stress. So now I want to show you a little magic in some of my tutorial. I think I've done it one or two of my tutorial on my skirt part of my dresses, especially my waist, especially lace dresses. I don't do that. Yes, and I don't have issue. No matter how, it always comes out perfectly well. I tighten the back very well. So this is this is just what I learned on my own. I didn't I discovered on my own, so I didn't learn it anyway. So I learned how to eliminate your waist dart. Yeah, right, your waist dart from your skirt. Okay, so what you need to do is just measure your waist, and then on your side for the front, measure the 1 inch out and cut it out. That's just the way. If you say you want, if you should fold the dart, my dear, your pattern won't be flat, it won't be flat anymore. You have it will it will be bulging, and you can't get a you can't get a perfect dress when you pattern paper. How will you lay it? So instead of close, some people usually fold the dart. It is either what I do, I eliminate it for the front. From the front, I eliminate it by the side. Okay, why the back is different? The back, I can eliminate it from the zip allowance, or if I've contoured the back before, I can on both sides. So you can see now, after eliminating my darts, you can see that I'm now correcting. That is why I decided to use this method. Right after eliminating my darts on the skirt, now you can see it has altered the curve, the illusion side waist curve is no longer equal, so I have to use the upper part to correct it. That is why I did this style. So for the other, for the straight one, you can also do it if you want, but this one is just easier for me. Okay, so I corrected my curve just to make sure that it's equal. So I have my up and my down equal, right? Very, very equal, so you don't have any problem. So the side I'm cutting out now, I'll just get a masking tape and tape it back, because there's no side, there's no waist join, there's no joining around. The illusion side waist doesn't have joining on the side, apart from the lace part. Okay, so what I'll do is just to use a masking tape and tape it, right? So that's it for the front. So for the back now, remember we'll be sewing the darts for the upper part. So once you sew the darts for the upper part, the back darts, the down part, I don't sew. So what I did, because I've tightened my back and I've added my seam allowance, so my center back line, not the allowance line, now I came in 1 inch up, 0.5 inch. That's just to eliminate the curve. You know that curve that is always on dresses when you sew, and then it's always looking funny. So I limit, that is how. So assuming I have not tightened it, I would have used 1 inch for the back, so I come in 1 inch. So that just helps me a lot. But because I already came in 1 inch, what I did is I came in, I already came in ½ inch. I tightened it initially with the front, with the upper part ½ inch. So I just came in ½ inch on that side again, and then ½ inch on the side. So center back ½ inch, side back ½ inch, and there we go. You cut it out and then remark your zip allowance, so you can see that the up and the down is matching up easily. Please don't be confused. You can watch again just to get it. It's a little bit confusing, but it's quite simple if you settle down. All right, so what I do is just to place my pattern paper together and then remark, so that they are both equal. You don't need a pattern pieces that is not matching up. So you can see after cutting my pattern paper, I just went ahead to transfer. I cut the sequin fabric, the underlay and the lining. Okay, so that's my side, the illusion side waist. Okay, so the same allowance you add to the side of the up and down, that is what you add on your illusion. So remember to notch. You can see where the masking tape, where I join the up and the down part together as the waistline. Remember to notch it, right? It's very important, so you know where your waist is when you are shaping, right, for the side. Okay, and then this is how you just join. You first of all join your bustier, the upper part, join the down, and then join the up and the down together. After joining the up, down and the up together, then you can now sew down your illusion, right, the curve. You just, the way it is, you sew it, you connect. After joining up and down, you connect it back. Okay, and then you can now join your yoke before joining the side. Okay, whatever it is. So same thing with the back. Okay, same thing with the back. So you join the up, you sew your upper and dart for the upper part, the half length, and then for the skirt there is no dart. And then after joining up and down, then go ahead, remember your side allowance. Whatever allowance you add to the side, that's what you add to the yoke, the side yoke or the side illusion, whatever it is called. All right, so that will be the end of this tutorial. So now your embellishment is up to you. Whatever you want to use to embellish it, you can get trimming, you can, whatever it is, just do it your own way. Okay, so I got this trimming, this gold trimming for this, and this other one I used trimming also for this one. So I made this first before this other one. Thank you so much.